Hello, my name is Thomas Christakos, and I'm from Jam on Hawthorne in Portland, Oregon. And I'm here today to show you how to do a pasta marinade with tofu. And it's called the Blue Willow pasta. First, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some ginger, you're gonna put it into the food processor, take some garlic, put it into the food processor. You're gonna wanna get it minced up really fine to where all the juices and everything come out. So right about there. Then take that out. Put that into your dish that you're gonna use for the marinade. You want to make sure it's all nice and minced and all the garlic and ginger is nice and flowing together because that brings out more of the flavor in the tofu. All right. And then you're going to take soy sauce, put that into the marinade. You want to use a decent amount of soy sauce so it adds more salt to the tofu, gives it a little bit more flavor. And that's coming out very slowly. Very, very slowly. So right about there is good. And while that's pouring, you want to take the orange juice. It's about a pint or so. Add that to the soy sauce and ginger and garlic. And then you want to take some warm water and some veggie base, put that in there. About 2 spoonfuls like that. Mix that up. That's going to add more flavor to the tofu. That's about enough soy sauce. Add that in there. Mix it all up, make sure everything's fitting together. Take some red chili flakes, put that in there, add a little spice to it. Then you take your tofu, put it in there. You're gonna wanna let it sit for a minimum of like 12 hours. That'll add and get more flavor into that tofu. You put that into your fridge and just let it sit. All right, we already got our tofu marinated for 12 hours, and we're gonna take this, we're gonna add it to the pan, and we wanna make sure that we get all the tofu brown and very nice and crispy because it adds a lot of texture to your pasta. So we'll add that right in there. Make sure the heat's up because you still want to get everything nice and crispy and browned. So move it around a little bit, make sure all the pieces are flat down on the pan. That way it gets an even cook to it. And then while that's cooking, you want to do all your vegetables. We already have them done here. But you want to add your fennel and your onions to it next. That way it cooks down with it and it's a little bit thicker than all the rest of the vegetables, so it gets nice and tender along with everything else, and everything is like the right al dente and temperature. So add your onions and your fennel. Add a little bit of pepper. Add some salt. Not too much because you already have soy sauce in your marinade, so you don't want to oversalt it. These are already looking pretty good. Everything getting nice and brown to it. And if you want to, you can turn up the heat just to make sure everything gets nice and crisp to it. And once that's cooking, add your zucchini next. Then add your olives, artichoke, and tomatoes. Maybe a little bit more pepper, because pepper is good. And then once that starts cooking, get it nice and hot, then you're gonna add some marinade to it to kind of give it that flavor of the marinade. And it also helps steam the vegetables, make sure it's nice and soft and flavorful. Let that cook down and heat up. And then once that goes, you want to add your pasta to it. I am using linguine because I am partial to linguine. I think it's just the right amount of pasta. Put that in there. It's a nice, healthy meal with a lot of flavor to it. Toss that around. And then for the end, what you want to do is add some vegan parm or regular parm, whichever you prefer. It actually holds the pasta together, makes it a little bit sticky and able to plate a little bit better. Toss it around. Let it cook a little bit, let that cheese kind of get into the pasta and the vegetables, make them bond together. And that'll do it. So you turn off your flame. Bring your pasta dish over here and plate it. And you can garnish it more with that vegan parm. Kind of give it a little yummy flavor and look to it. There we go. This is Thomas Christakos from Jam on Hawthorne, Portland, Oregon. And this is the Blue Willow pasta. Thank you very much. Really good.